Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking the video and subscribing to the channel are free and easy for you, and they help me out a lot. If you want to go further with your support, Patreon and YouTube membership offer access to the BoshNRoll Discord community, early access to lists, written content, things like that. You can have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use YouTube membership, you also get sweet badges and emotes integrated here into YouTube. You can support the channel while you shop at tcgplayer.com by using my affiliate link in the video description, and you can play any deck anytime by using a cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. If you want to wear your support, check out the merch store. And of course, thanks for being here. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome to another BoshNRoll video. Today, at the request of Patreon subscriber Be Your Guard, I am playing Worldgorger Dragon Reanimator. On the surface, we have a Reanimator deck. We got black mana, fast mana in Lotus Petal and Dark Ritual, Entomb, Reanimate spells, Grizzlebrand, Grief, Unmask, all the usual suspects are here for a Reanimator deck. We even got an Archon of Cruelty for good measure. But there's a little weirdness going on here, which you'll recognize in the mana base, Piranha Marsh, known legacy staple Piranha Marsh, and Sunscorched Desert, Una, Queen of the Fae, and Worldgorger Dragon. What's going on here, if you've never seen this before, Worldgorger Dragon, 7/7 Flying Trample. When it enters the battlefield, exile all other permanents you control. When it leaves the battlefield, return the exiled cards to the battlefield under their owner's control. What you try to do is animate dead or Dance of the Dead, the Worldgorger Dragon. Both of these are auras that, if they leave the battlefield, the enchanted creature dies. So you animate dead, Gorger comes into play. It triggers, it removes animate dead, it dies, it triggers, it returns animate dead, and then you can animate Gorger again, and they just go back and forth forever. The way that we leverage this for profit is if one of these deal 1 damage lands are in play, your opponent will die slowly. The Gorger comes in and out of play 20 times and pings your opponent 20 times. If you have any land that comes into play untapped, so Piranha Marsh won't help you, but you're already winning if you have that one. If you have Desert, Swamp, or Gaia Reach Sanitarium, you can float mana off of them because they come into play however they would normally. Gorger doesn't say ETB tapped or anything. So your Swamp comes in, you float a black, and then it goes out, then you float a black when it comes back, and you also have infinite mana with this combo. With Gaia Reach Sanitarium, each time it comes into play, you can use your infinite mana to have each player draw a card and discard a card. Eventually, you will draw and discard your Una, Queen of the Fae. Once you do that, you can use your infinite mana to exile your opponent's deck. That's the core combo. This is actually a pretty low resource combo. You can go off with 1 Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Like if you have turn 1 Gaia Reach Sanitarium, Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Entomb Dragon, Animate Dead Dragon, then Gaia Reach Sanitarium can go off by itself because it gets exiled, comes back, makes a colorless, gets exiled, comes back, makes a colorless. You have unlimited colorless mana. I guess that's not true. You need 1 black or blue to exile the deck with Una eventually. But 1 Gaia Reach Sanitarium does draw and discard as much as you like. I guess if you have more cards in your deck than your opponent, you could also just deck them with Gaia Reach Sanitarium. But that's probably unlikely if you've entombed and they haven't, if it happens that quickly. I don't know. We'll see how this works out. But with a single blue or black mana Gaia Reach Sanitarium, 1 Swamp plus Gaia Reach is lethal. As far as the Disruption Suite goes, 4 Unmasked, 3 Grief, that's a lot. I like that. I like being heavy on free discard spells. Cabal Therapy is a little interesting. This one, I have to assume, is only in the deck because it combos with the Sedgemoor Witch out of the sideboard. I'm not sure why this isn't just Thoughtseize, unless they're leaning into the sideboard Sedgemoor Witch juke. Which, by the way, there's a sideboard Sedgemoor Witch juke. There's 4 Sedgemoor Witch, 4 Chain of Smog, which lets you make infinite 1/1 pests, because Chain of Smog, target player discards 2, that player may copy the spell and choose a new target. You just target yourself an unlimited number of times, and you get that many pest tokens, because Magecraft, when you cast or copy a spell, you make a 1/1 pest. I'm trying to think really hard if there's any reason this needs to be Cabal Therapy. I think I just want it to be Thoughtseize. Like, why would you risk missing? And the deck doesn't have creatures laying around to sacrifice. I'm just trying to see if there's a reason you would have an extra creature in play, or a reason you would need to discard multiple copies of the same card targeting yourself. And I don't think that's true. I'm actually gonna... Okay, there's Thoughtseizes in the sideboard already. Okay, I turned the sideboard Thoughtseizes into Cabal Therapies, and then I turned the main deck therapies into Thoughtseizes. I think that's just cleaner. Thoughtseize can target either player, so can Cabal Therapy. Cabal Therapy can get two things, but you don't always... Like with Endurance in the format, on top of Force of Will and Force of Negation, plus Swords to Plowshares breaks up this combo. Like, this is one of the more fragile Reanimator combos, and I think I would rather have the sure thing of Thoughtseize. Yeah, I'm going with that. It seems like a minor change, but I think it'll pay off. If I've missed some important combo interaction, please make sure to let me know in the comments, but I don't see it if that is true. Okay, this is Mono Black Gorger Reanimator. Let's get into it. I'm on the play in round 1. This hand is a black source away from being the hottest. I'm going to have to mulligan it, though. Okay, we've got Entomb and Dance. I could just go for it. There's no protection, though. I'm playing against Arkin. Legacy Streamer Extraordinaire Arkin of the Legacy Jedi Council. I could just bet that he doesn't have it. I think on a mull to 6, you kind of have to slam. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. Bottom Grizzlebrand. We lose to Force of Will, we lose to Endurance. But let's hope he's on some garbage instead of a real deck. And I don't have the infinite combo with Gorger. I'm just going to get Grizzlebrand and draw 7. Grizzlebrand, Gaia Reach, Lotus Petal, and Let's Dance. I think he would have forced Entomb if he had Force, so maybe Endurance. Okay, cool. Let's draw some cards. The Dance of the Dead puts the creature into play tapped, and you have to pay mana to untap it, which is why this card normally doesn't get played. Okay, I'm going to unmask. There's a good chance this is the mirror, because I know Arkin has enjoyed Reanimator in the past. Alright, just conceding. Alright, we got a turn 1 win in the first game. And conceded to the discard, so I don't know what I need to play around. Beautiful. Seeing Dance of the Dead tells him I'm Worldgorger. There's no reason for a normal Reanimator deck to have this card. This is a giant smoking gun that I'm doing something weird. And he didn't show me his deck, so I'm gonna juke. Like, he knows exactly what I'm doing. I have no idea what he's doing. There's a good chance it is Reanimator. I'm going to get rid of my Gorger package. Kind of awkward that you have to leave all these shitty lands in the deck even when you're off Gorger. Dance is the worst one. I like all the discard spells. I'm actually bringing in the extra Cabal Therapies to go with the Sedgemoor package. I don't know, this just feels like a lot of discard. I don't think I need 4 Thoughtseize and 2 Cabal Therapy. So, with all my free discard, like pitch casting Grief, and then you see their hand for Cabal Therapy and you know you're going to hit, that's pretty nice. I want the fast mana. Yeah, I guess I do want all of the discard because I'm going to be hellbent if I go for my Witch combo. I can't cut mana because there just isn't that much. Yeah, I think it's Cabal Therapy, and if I'm not bringing in Therapy, I think there's just too many discard spells in the deck. Okay, I'm submitting this version of the deck. Completely in the blind. Don't know what he's doing. Other than that, died to Grizzlebrand on turn 1. Okay, I have Witch and Chain. Thoughtseize is reasonable. This double Grizzlebrand is terrible. I'm actually going to mulligan this. If I had a Dark Ritual, I would have kept it. Uh-oh, it's getting worse. Okay, keep this. I can Therapy myself and Reanimate. If I get rid of Grief and Archon, or Grief and Grizzlebrand, yeah, if this was 7, I would be able to pitch past Grief, get a peek at what they're doing, and then Therapy myself and Reanimate, but obviously it's a 5, which is much worse. Okay, Archon and Grief can go. This is not the plan I planned for, but here we are. Okay, blue deck confirmed. Oh, okay, that changes everything. I'm gonna Dark Ritual, Cabal Therapy, name Force of Will, and then Entomb Reanimate. Maybe. We'll see. Crop rotation, shit. Oh, yeah, I was not gonna guess this was a Brushfire Elemental deck. Alright, well, definitely gonna crop rotation here. Do I Entomb? Could I Entomb for something different? Crop rotation, huh? Good to know. Alright, well, I'm gonna Entomb. Let's force the action. This crop rotation's not going anywhere. And I don't have any mana to operate with. Yeah, if that were Thoughtseize, I think oh no, they have 2 crop rotations. Alright, well, now I know to name crop rotation next game. We would have won if I named crop rotation. That's fun. Yeah, let's just hope this Bojuka Bog isn't particularly helpful to the game plan. Yep, there's the Bog. That's why you conceded game 1. If I had seen this was a red-green deck, I would have known to name crop rotation. Also bluffed me real good with the Misty Rainforest instead of the Wooded Foothills. Like, he played that extremely well. The tactical concession, the misleading land drop, it's all good. There's this Hound. Time to start the slow rebuild. Dark Ritual was a pretty good draw. This is a deck that I don't think can beat infinite pest tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we're almost casting this Grizzlebrand. Enclave Pickaxe, yikes. When land enters the battlefield, equipped creature gets +2/+2. Okay, so it doubles the landfall ability that both of these creatures already have. I think they have lethal, right? They can crop rotation into a fetch land. That's 6. Fetch, that's another 6. Oh, they didn't crop rotation. They went. Oh, they had a fetch land. Oh yeah, we're definitely dead here. All right, getting stomped. None of these creatures trample, so I do like the Sedgemoor Witch. This is already lethal. Don't even need to crop rotation. Doing it for good measure anyway. 12 damage. All right, just flexing for the camera. I like it. In for 30. Strong. Okay, on the play, when they can't crop rotate, things get a lot better. Maybe I'll keep 7 this game. Okay, I don't think anything changes. I do like the Witch Smog plan. I don't think this deck can beat Archon. Archon might be better than Grizzlebrand for that reason. Though with the fast mana, if I Grizzlebrand, I can probably Archon also. Okay, I'm going back in with the same deck. These are definitely ships in the night. You're just pod racing. We both have mild disruption. Okay, I have Entomb, Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal. I have half of each combo here. That's unfortunate. I could Entomb I could Entomb a Witch, but I have no way to grow it back. This is a mulligan. It just doesn't do anything. Okay. I'm a Dark Ritual away from going nuts with this one. I'm going to keep this hand and play slow. Hope that he has a graveyard hate-centric hand. A bottom Grizzlebrand. He's got to find some mana. I can Grief also if I think it's an emergency. Like if he leads on the Hellhound or whatever, instead of holding up crop rotation. Or if like reveals Endurance to this Once Upon a Time. Those are all things that I would want to react to. Wooded Foothills was the find and the play. Looks like we're holding up crop rotation. Show me your thoughts. Hope this isn't a Veil of Summer deck. Once Upon a Time, crop rotation, Berserk, Path to Exile. Oh, Path is a thing. Hellhound. The Once Upon a Time, they only have 1 land and 1 threat. This threat is super lethal, though. I can Grief the Path to Exile when I'm ready. I don't really care about crop rotation. I could reanimate their Hound. That fucking rules. Yeah, I'm going to take the Hound, actually. That is not my plan, going through the graveyard. Wonder if they have like a Dryad Arbor to start beating down with. But then that turns off Path to Exile. Fetch Savannah. Oh, there's Dryad Arbor, just off the top. Reanimate. Okay. I can Grief pitching Sedgemoor Witch, strip the Path to Exile, and then reanimate Grief. But that reveals the Sedgemoor Witch. Like, it's done. The jig is up. Scale up Berserk. That's 12 damage. All right. I'm gonna cast Grief. Let's see what they want to do about this. Could just path it, which is great for me. Right, let it resolve. So if I take crop rotation, then I can reanimate Grief unmolested. Then they can path to exile Grief, but that ramps me, which I actually do want. But I go to 15. 6 times 2 is 12. I'm going to take the crop rotation. This dies. And reanimate Grief. And they have to path in response or else I just take path. Yeah, this is actually really good. Wow. They're letting me have this. Yeah, I'll take the path. Okay. I have a blocker now. If they attack and Berserk, it better be lethal because... And their attacker is also one of their 2 mana sources. I expect a Once Upon a Time here. Yep, there's Once Upon a Time. We're also approaching Chain of Smog, just putting them to Hellbent, and then we race Dryad Arbor versus Grief. Found a Step Links. That's a good one. On deck, mana, Entomb. Shit. That would be good some of the time. 6, 12. Yeah, they could put me to 2 if they have a land, and I attack with Grief. Does that matter? Is that good? I could just put us both Hellbent. I could just Chain of Smog them, and if they send it back, then we're both empty. Who's favored on an empty board here? And I have a better creature. Yeah, I'm just going to Mind Rot them. You want to sign up for this game? Let's do it. Discarded Links and did not send it back. Okay, so I want to keep my blocker up. I can at least absorb 2 damage and needs to draw the land to even do the Berserk scale up thing. And I can't take nickel and dime damage along the way. Unmask. Okay, I can pitch Entomb to unmask. I could also wait a turn, and then if I draw a Sedgemoor Witch, okay. I'm just going to hold my horses, and if I draw a mana source, I can Sedgemoor Witch and then immediately unmask. Now it's getting a little scarier. Now it's less scary. Thoughtseize is dangerous. In my life total, it does matter, but yeah, I'm going to Thoughtseize. Taking that Berserk will take a lot of pressure off. Fetch land gets through the Grief. Don't think I care about scale up. I care a lot about Berserk. I'm still pretty sure that drawing the mana source and getting pest chumps into play is the strat here. Step Links is a 2/3. Scaling up the other one. Did they draw Berserk? 6. If I'm gonna block, I should block the Dryad Arbor. I guess I can force a fetch on Step Links, but then I die if they actually did draw Berserk. I might be dead if they drew Berserk anyway. Moment of truth. Did you rip Berserk, or are you just pushing for damage? Just pushing damage. Alright, deck. Mana source. Jesus. My life is pain. 1 card in hand. If it's a fetch land, I'm taking 5 this turn. Another Links. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely need... I guess I can cast Entomb now. Try to put Archon into play. Entomb, because I have the black spell for Unmask. Archon better than Grizzlebrand. No. Grizzlebrand is always the right answer. Archon puts me... Yeah, I think Archon is better. Archon. Okay. Land? Oh, Lotus Petal. I'll take that. Sedgemoor Witch. Unmask you. Your Magecraft. They have no lands, or they have no cards in their hand at all. I'm in a lot of trouble to a land drop. I'd do a crop rotation. I'd do a removal spell. Just gotta hope they drew a creature or that stupid axe thing. I'm gonna make the conservative block. I am dead to crop rotation. Or Berserk, or Pump Spell. But I can't afford to lose my Witch here. I lose a game where I lose Witch, for sure. Okay, I'm at 4. Alright, spells. Let's go spells. Oh, Reanimate. Is there a target for this? I mean, I can't target Grief or Archon. I can get their Hellhound or their Step Links. I don't have a second Sedgemoor Witch in the bin. Hellhound and Lynx are the same card, right? Yeah, just one's red and one's white. Okay, there we go. Can I afford to attack? Probably not. Now I'm just like a Chain of Smog away from winning the game, or an Animate Dead on that Archon. And they need to draw lands to push any damage at all, because Step Links is a 0/1. I am unfavored in this position, but we both have win the game top decks. I suspect that they have more of them, though. No attacks, you love to see it. Come on, chain off the top. Entomb, okay. I can Entomb for Cabal Therapy. That's the play. Entomb, that's why that's in the deck. I get it. For Cabal Therapy, I'm gonna sack Step Links. That seems like the worst card. I'm gonna name Berserk. Oh, 2 scale-ups, okay. Oh. Those are all the therapies in the deck. Alright, double scale up. I think I have to attack with Witch now. It has Menace. They can't pump their squad. Overloading scale up costs 6. They're not close to that. If they find a trample spell, I'm dead. Okay, I don't mind lands. Okay, now I have a block the 6/4 Arbor and the 2/3 Lynx. I go to 1, and then I go back to 3. Right, this game is getting wild. It's only instant or sorcery. Yep. Okay. Lotus Petal doesn't help me. I'm not quite dead to a land drop. I'm dead to a fetch land. Damn it. Alright, I've lost. Yep. Cabal Therapy. Name Berserk instead of Scale Up. Did I have any information to make that choice off of? I don't think so. Yeah, this game basically came down to not finding a mana source for like 7 or 8 turns. And then it was still kind of close after that. But now I'm just dead. As long as there's a land left to fetch in the deck. And there is. Okay. Bummer. That was close. That was fun, though. We're both kind of operating on the fringes, doing the same sort of bullshit in completely different ways. That was sweet. I'm on the draw in round 2, and I have 3 Reanimate spells and no Entomb spell, so I have to mulligan this. Opposite problem. No mana. Okay, I can Thoughtseize myself and put Archon in the graveyard. I'm going to keep this hand. It's speculative, obviously, but welcome to mulling to 5. Comes with the territory. Oh, we might have a new hand before it matters anyway. Oh, we're getting Angie's Ravaged and Hollow Wand. Jesus. Well, we might not even have to reveal what our deck is. Yeah, I would have kept that hand too, opponent. Pretty good one. I wish they would have cast that Burning Inquiry, though. Okay. My draw step will decide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can have 6 mana next turn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I play Piranha Marsh, they're going to know exactly what I'm doing. If I play any card in my hand, they're going to know exactly what I'm doing. This is a very real decision of, do I play to drawing one of my Reanimate spells next turn? Like, I could Thoughtseize myself now. I go to 14. They attack for 8. I'm at 6. They draw 3 fresh cards. They know exactly how to sideboard. And I have to draw exactly Animate Dead. Like, even Dance of the Dead's not good enough because Archon comes into play tapped. No, I'm going to do a tactical concession here. I don't think they would blind bring in Graveyard Hate. Rough. That was disgusting. This is a deck that is not going to beat the Sedgemoor Witch Infinite Pest combo. But Reanimator on the play, when they may or may not have any hate, might be better. Yeah, I'm not going to sideboard. I'm going in with the same deck. On the play, I could unmask them, reanimate their Angie's Ravager, and go to get to work. I think I can do better. Entomb, Dance. Okay, I have the turn 2 here. I'm going to keep this. And I'm going to put Thoughtseize on the bottom. And I'm going to play Swamp and pass. This is just the turn 2 with Sunscorched Desert, Entomb the Gorger, untap Dance, and then the game is over. And it doesn't matter if they attack me for 12 on turn 1. That's not part of the plan. Once upon a time. My hand is pretty susceptible to Burning Inquiry. I don't like that. Great Wraith. They found Anger off Once Upon a Time. Alright, there's Putrid Imp. So their squad can get haste. See how many friends are joining the party. Discarded Anger. Discarded Vengevine. Blazing Rootwalla. I'm currently taking 6 this turn. They're in for 6. 3 cards in their hand. Hope they don't interact with Worldgorger Dragon. Gorgeous. Sun-Scorched Desert. Hang you. Dance of the Dead. Alright, one of us is dead. Okay, we're doing the thing. Gorger dies. Brings back Dance. Dance the Gorger. They take 1. Might as well float mana. And Gorger dies again. Brings back the thing. Dance the Gorger. Okay, they figured out that they're dead. Okay, we turn 2'd them. Now they know we're a Reanimator deck. Probably means I want to pivot onto Sedgemoor Witch. Chain of Smog. Wall Therapy probably still sucks. And Gorger is the most fragile of the things. So I want to board that out first. Thoughtseize might be way too slow on the draw. But if they keep a hand that's going to react to my reanimation, then maybe that's okay. Yeah, I'm not bringing in the Cabal Therapies this time. Being on the draw. I have the in-play combo, and I still have a pretty high critical mass of reanimation for Griselbrand or Archon. I'm going to do it like this. Well, there's the whole combo. I'm going to keep this and hope they keep a slow one with Graveyard Hate, but I could easily die before I get to do anything. Wraith. Lion's Time and shit. Alright, we're in trouble. Tridimp. Okay, they're passing the turn. I like that. I like that Lotus Petal quite a bit as well. And I'm just gonna slowly, carefully dance around their Graveyard Hate. My guess would be Fairy Macabre or Surgical. Faithless Looting. Okay, yeah, that Imp not doing anything on turn 1 is a big deal. They clearly have a handful of Graveyard Hate. I win if I draw Dark Ritual. Like, that is enough mana. I can Dark Ritual out the Witch and then Land Petal Chain. Discarded Lightline of the Void. Alright. Found that one right on time. Hollow 1 card left in hand. Burning Inquiry. Yikes. They discarded a Griselbrand for me. Deal. Well, now there's a new game plan. My hand literally didn't change. Those were the 3 cards that I drew for Inquiry, and then I discarded those 3 cards also. Okay, they're Hellbent, so I'm just going to put my foot on the gas with Swamp Sedgemoor. This saves me 2 turns now that I can like pretty fearlessly tap out into this. Their graveyard doesn't do anything. They have Faithless Lootings, but they don't have like Ox of Agonis or anything like that. They're top decking. They drew Putrid Imp. Okay. They can still Faithless Looting and try to spike some Root Wallas. I don't think this deck plays Fiery Temper. Fuck, that would make me disappointed. Angie's Ravager. Okay, they're a mana short of Ravaging. That's good. That's one of the cards that could get them back into this reasonably. All their creatures get to attack, but it's the last time that's going to happen. The ultimate shenanigans would just be drawing Reanimating Griselbrand, getting a trigger, and then chaining my hand empty, and then I'll have infinite creatures that represent infinite life, and I can refill my hand after that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm taking 9 here. Okay, we're doing it. Through the 3rd Chain of Smog. Definitely what I needed. I'm going to play Sanitarium. I think that is slightly better than dealing 1. Like, I'm going to deal 1,000,000 or I'm not. I don't think which land I play there matters at all. It's just, I guess, if they have, like, Electrickery in their deck, and I gain a 60 life or whatever, I'd rather have Gaia Reach Sanitarium to rebuild my hand afterwards than just deal 1 to you. And we're Smog in here. Just gonna repeat this over and over again to figure out how many pests I actually want to make. And this is game 3. There's 19 minutes on my clock. I can go pretty deep here. Okay, they realize they can't beat infinite pests and that I have plenty of time to make this tedious. Good concession. On to the next round. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. On the draw in round 3 with a Heartbreaker. If this hand had a swamp in it, though, this Worldgorger is not going anywhere anyway. Okay, I was going to say if this hand has a swamp, we had turn 1 Worldgorger with protection, but that actually doesn't matter because turn 1 Worldgorger just draws the game. So I'm going to mulligan. If that was Grizzlebrand, maybe we'd be onto something. I am going to keep this one. I have a lot of animate spells, and this has Disruption, Mana, and the Entomb. There's a lot more animates than there are Entombs. I'm going to send one of the swamps to the bottom. Opponent is also on 6. What the fuck? Oh, Misfault Bridge. Indestructible Artifact Dual Land. Okay. Playing some sort of 8-cast deck. Okay, they left up blue mana. The Opal is on. Okay. Oh, they're doing something. Does this Chalice of the Void? That would be pretty annoying. My deck's not good against Chalice of the Void. Well, there's that. And bobbled me, revealing Unmask at random. They're probably pretty happy with that. Well, I'm definitely going to unmask them. Do I have any out to Chalice in game 1? No. I just have to Gaia Reach a monster into my graveyard and then animate dead it. But I can't actually remove the Chalice in game 1. In which case, this Unmask is a freebie on Entomb. Yeah, I can take that Sigh, not worried about the Lotus Petal. If I draw, or I guess animate deading Sigh doesn't make a lot of sense. I only have 4 artifacts in my deck, and Sigh would be a 0/4. Oh yeah, we're doing it. Chalice of the Void, good card. My opponent definitely made the right call to spew off the Mox Opal and make that happen. Saga's a good draw. Okay. Well, now we're fucked. Oh yeah, Piranha Marsh. We've got a win condition. Playing that does reveal that I'm Gorger, but at this point I don't think that matters much. I probably won't be Gorger in game 2. These Saga tokens are going to kill me so fast right now. Get you with another one of these. 5/5, 6/6. It'll be a 7/7 by the time it attacks, maybe bigger, and they're going to tutor up Graveyard Hate. I guess seeing the Saga pop, figuring out what Graveyard Hate they have is important. Shadow Spear. Okay, they're just going to the races. Spot Monitor. Crunching me for 9. Okay, yeah. They did not have Graveyard Hate in the main deck, but they don't need it. Or maybe they did have it, and they just don't want to show it to me. Right, I'm going to unmask them just to see if I can get some information from their hand, and then I'm obviously just dead. Alright, they're a Force of Will deck. I wasn't 100% sure of that until I unmasked. That was actually a really good one. Alright, that was a beating. That was like some 2010 Legacy where your deck just folds to turn 1 Chalice of the Void. God, I miss Prismatic Ending. And this mono black build just doesn't have a plan for that other than juking. And it's possible this deck can beat a large number of S tokens. I'm going to shave a Dark Ritual because of the Chalice. And this deck actually can't remove Chalice. It can only try to punch through it. Alright, this is what I'm doing. Chain of Smogs are in. The reanimation package is a little thinner. Gorger's out. On the play, Thoughtseize I do like. Yeah, I'm keeping this. I can Thoughtseize and then I have Entomb Animate. Okay. Start with Thoughtseize. See what you're working with. Their hand has like Urza or something. I can animate that. Force of Negation, 2 Emeries. Yeah, I'll take the Force of Negation. Seems like pretty clearly the decision. So they do have turn 1 Emery. It would cost them their Lotus Petal to do it. But they do have turn 1 Emery if they want it. And that could mill over a Tormod's Crypt, and then they're just like locked up forever. Yep, there's one of the Emerys. They milled over Sigh and Thought Monitor. I could Animate Dead, or I could Dance of the Dead. Their Thought Monitor. Okay, I actually think I like that. They can Dance of the Dead, their Thought Monitor, draw 2, and then next turn all at once Entomb Animate. Yeah, I'll take that. I really don't want them drawing any extra cards. I'm not sure they could get to the necessary affinity count to Thought Monitor this turn. But let's make sure it doesn't happen. Wow, they spent Force of Will on that? That's impressive. Okay, I think they're going to regret that. Though maybe animating one of their creatures looks like desperation. Yeah, they just saw the Entomb off their Urza's Bauble. 2 fresh cards in the hand. 3 cards now. Please no graveyard hate. They can replay Urza's Bauble, Bauble Me Now, and that's another draw for a Force going into their turn. That is what they're doing. They see Swamp. They've seen Swamp and Entomb from my hand. There's the Saga. Okay, 3 cards. They're all mystery cards. They were hellbent just a moment ago. Oh, sick. All right. Well, I'll start with the Entomb. If they have a counter spell, that's where they're going to start. Do I want Archon or Grizzlebrand? My deck has fast mana, so I'm going to go for Grizzle. So Archon killing their Emery is also really nice. I'm going for Grizzlebrand. Animate Dead. Okay, Animate's in play. So is Grizzlebrand. Draw some cards. Lotus Petal. Thought Sees You. Or... no, I can't reanimate their Thought Monitor. That's the same life, but I draw 5 fewer cards. No, that's not the play. All right, Thought Sees You. Okay, they conceded. Nice. I think they spewed off that Force a little aggressively on Thought Monitor, but that's why I took that conservative line. I either draw 2 cards or draw out a Graveyard Hate. Either way, that was pretty good. Now we got a win-win on the draw, where Chalice is a actual giant problem. They didn't see Chain or Witch that game. That's a relief. Do I want to maximize the Grizzlebrands in my hand for the possibility that I need to unmask myself or Gaia Reach a Grizzlebrand into the graveyard because Entomb is off? I'm going to shave a Thoughtseize on the draw. I have the 3 other Thoughtseizes plus the 7 4-mana discard spells. I'm just hedging as gently as I can into Chalice. I can't cut all my 1-drops because then my deck doesn't work. But Dark Ritual and Thoughtseize are the lowest impact 1-drops, I think. Ooh, I could just keep this hand, go to discard, and then start putting Animate Deads on this deck starting turn 3. I'm actually going to keep this. If they come out blazing, I'm fucked. But if they kept a slower hand... alright, they did not keep a slower hand. Oh, they milled Grafdigger's Cage. Cool. And Chalice of the Void. Alright. Well, the... oh, they also milled a Thought Monitor. Yes. Well, I've got a plan. Give me that Thought Monitor while I still can. Oh, cool. And I get to go to discard anyway? This is great. Alright, discard Grizzlebrand. If they go for Chalice, I can Animate Dead. If they go for Cage, yeah, Cage is almost certainly the right one. Okay. Out of luck now on that. Soul Guide Lantern. Alright, lots of Graveyard Hate. And they can Machine Gun Soul Guide Lantern at me. This would be a great turn to draw Dark Ritual. I will also accept a land, though. And time to start attacking. Yeah, I'm basically all in at this point on Sedgemoor Witch plus Chain. Thoughtcast is brutal. They can Chalice on 1 here if they want to spend their Lotus Petal. They could cast their own Thought Monitor if they have one. Petal. Now they don't have to spend their Petal if they Thought Monitor. Yeah, gross. Alright, this game's just getting harder. Having 0 outs to a resolved permanent is a kind of a problem for me. Cheese damage with Emery. I like it. Would love to draw Unmask this turn. Or Chain of Smog. Backup Chain. Right. I'm just going to bet against Force of Will for 1 turn. I gotta make a move. I'm not winning this game if we wait. Right. Witch is in play. Sigh, that's a good one. Okay, so we're both doing the same thing now. We have the same deck. It's the mirror match. But I hope they can't remove my witch. Oh, if they chalice on 2, that's also just as bad. 1, 2 mana. They only have 2 mana right now, though. 3 cards in their hand. I am not going to block this and let them draw 2 more cards. That's not the play. Third Chain of Smog. Okay, here we go. Here goes everything. Discarding Dance of the Dead and Animate Dead. Discarding Animate Dead and Reanimate. And I'm going to discard my last 2 cards now, which is the point where they would cast Force of Will, if they were going to Force of Will. This is the moment of truth. I either have infinite things right now, or I don't. Alright, they did have the Force. Got it. And I just discarded 2 of my extra chains. That hurts. And I don't have attacks. I don't believe I can win this game anymore. Alright, there's 1 more Chain of Smog in my deck. And I can't attack with Thought Monitor, because then they double block with their Thopters, and... Oh, I could attack. Oh, shit. I should have blocked last turn. They have Grafdigger's Cage. They can't get their Thought Monitor back. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have blocked Thought Monitor last turn, or at least attacked this turn. Now Shadow Spear makes their Thought Monitor bigger than mine. And I'm never winning a race against Shadow Spear. Okay, they didn't equip. Let's take the block. Maybe they'll forget they have Grafdigger's Cage. They didn't forget. Okay, Grizzlebrand. Just who I wanted to see. And they can double block, which, even though it has Menace, it doesn't matter here. They should equip one of their Thopters with Shadow Spear, probably. Chalice on 2. Yeah, that'll shut me down. Yeah, I have no outs. I'm going to concede. My only plan was the infinite tests, and they had the Force when they needed it. And now I'm locked out of even top decking the last one. That was tough. Yeah, not being able to beat a permanent-based piece of hate is a problem for me. I'm on the draw. I have Gaia Reach Sanitarium and 2 animate spells. I don't think I could keep this hand, though. Oh, this one's much more exciting. I can unmask myself and... Okay, I'm going to keep this. And I'm going to send Gorger. I have a turn 1 Archon here. I'm playing against Chino 557. I did a donation deck for a Chino on the channel. It was Mono Green Devotion. Okay, it doesn't appear that that's what they're doing. This might not be the same Chino, I don't know. Oh god. This could be phenomenal. Or terrible. Archon of Cruelty just went into the graveyard. But so did my Lotus Petal. Fuck. They lost their hollow one. Oh, they had another one. Don't worry. Oh, they had 3. Don't worry. Well, we're gonna race these hollow ones with Archon. Alright, come on, Dark Ritual off the top. Give it to me. I need it. I need it now. Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal. Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal. Reanimate. Okay. Griefing could be dangerous, or it could be really good. Yeah, I'm gonna grief. Pitching the extra Animate Dead. If I can clip an Enabler, this will be really good. If they only have payoffs, then this is bad. Oh god. Well, I just gave all their shit haste. Alright. But their hand is 2 lands. And they just greeted me in the chat like we know each other, so this probably is the Chino that I did a deck for. Alright, I'm taking 11. Okay. But we get to go to work here. Archon of Cruelty. Get you into play. The discard a card clause on Archon could actually hurt me in this matchup, but it doesn't look like it's going to this time. Right, Archon is bigger than their things. They discarded Bloodstained Mire after I saw Scalding Tarn, so I know what's in their hand right now. It's Scalding Tarn. The anger gives them a chance to still win this game, like Burning Inquiry into Miracle. Hollow one. No, I still win that game. There's the Scalding Tarn. They don't have attack. Oh, they do have attacks. Alright, I'm either falling for something or they're just trying to shove for damage. Do they have something that deals 2? Okay, no, they're just trying to push damage. They probably correctly realized that not attacking is not winning. But the gain 3 edict effect is pretty sick. Animate. I could reanimate their... Oh, they just discarded Ox of Agonis. Discard your hand and draw 3 cards. That sounds pretty good. Okay, Lotus Petal, Swamp. If I reanimate their Ox, I go to 6, but they're Hellbent. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna Ox you a question. Yeah. Thanks, Burning Inquiry. I'm juking. ABJ, always be juking. Yeah, the Gorger. I feel like this deck really only does one thing out of the sideboard, and it's juke or don't juke. I'm not sure what this Plunge into the Darkness is really for. I guess if I want to go all the way out of the graveyard, this gives me something to do with a shitload of creatures and also helps me find them faster. Yeah, I don't know. I like being light. A light Reanimator situation. I think Thoughtseize on the draw is really bad. I like Thoughtseize on the play, though. Okay, this is my strat. Let's do it. Okay, this hand doesn't do much. I think I have to be a lot faster than this. I'm gonna mulligan. On the play, I might keep this, like Thoughtseize plus Grief or Unmask to clear, or Thoughtseize to clear an Enabler and then turn 2 hardcast Grief. That might slow them down, but on the draw, this is not defensible. 2 Entombs, Unmask. Yeah, it's getting worse. I'm gonna go to 5. Okay. I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna put Reanimate and Swamp back in the deck. I kept the fast mana. If they do a random discard effect, like Burning Inquiry, or even a non-random discard effect, I could have something cool to animate out of their graveyard. They found Angie's Ravager off of Once Upon a Time. That's scary. That's the best card in this whole deck. Angie's Ravager for sure. I mean, you could argue that Hollow One or Vengevine is the best card in the deck, or Lion's Eye Diamond. But Angie's Ravager is the one that really scares me. Oh god, 2 Vengevines. Oh no. Oh no, we're so dead. Okay, there's a Root Wall in this hand, we're dead. Oh god. A double Vengevine, Angie's Ravager. Woof. Alright, I'm taking 8 right now. And then 8. Yeah, this is 20 on turn 2. What do I need to draw here? Is there even a draw? Okay, I'm taking 12. Guess I'll take a draw. It doesn't hurt. All right, I'm trying to think. Okay, so the draw would be if I draw Dark Ritual and cast Sedgemoor Witch, and then if they don't draw a land, so they can't pump Rootwalla, I can block Rootwalla, take 11, go to 1, and then top deck Chain of Smog. There was an out, but we didn't find it. Gross. On the play, Thoughtseize is a lot better. In fact, Thoughtseize is one of the best cards on the play. I think I'm going to shave Dances for the Thoughtseizes. Like, having the creature ETB tapped without, if it's not Worldgorger, is actually, like, pretty game-breaking. That's the only change I'm going to make. Ooh. Thoughtseize, Animate Dead. Lotus Petal's my only mana source. Yeah, that's too bad. Alright, mulligan this. Gotta put that London mulligan to work. Okay, I can... Alright, time to do some math. Grief can't target myself. I can play... Oh, I can just Chain of Smog myself right now. Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Chain of Smog, me, discard, Archon, and then reanimate it. Hope they don't have Graveyard Hate. I think that's the strat. Can I get Grief involved here? No, I need all of those cards. All right. I'm gonna put Grief on the bottom. Oh wait, can I have to discard 2 cards. That's Archon and Marsh. Yeah, I'm literally all in here. I'm discarding the... I'd rather have Grief in my graveyard than Piranha Marsh. So, or can I make my land drop? I don't think that I can. Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual. Or bottom a card. Lotus Petal... Oh god. I didn't think about this enough. Bottom a card, 6 cards left. Lotus Petal, 5 cards left. Dark Ritual, 4 cards left. Okay, I think I have exactly the right count of everything here. Fuck. Well, we've lost. What can I do about that? Literally nothing. Wish I kept that Piranha Marsh. I was hoping to get at least one turn to do anything here. All right. Looks like I'm not going to, though. GG. When your deck just scoops to Leyline of the Void. I guess I should have griefed. Yeah, I just panicked. I should have griefed them pitching Archon. I could have taken a creature and reanimated a creature from their graveyard. All right, yeah, if I lose this one, it's on me. All right, they discarded an Ox of Agonis. I'm happy to take that. Okay, grief pitching Archon. I have no way to remove Leyline, so it doesn't matter if Archon's still on my deck or not. And now that I drew Animate, I could actually take 2 creatures from them. Basking Ruala, Angie's Ravager. Can't cast that right now, so this is the time to take it. This is actually pretty exciting. I thought we were dead, but we are undead. Black mana, black. Reanimate. Do I want Angie's Ravager or Vengevine? Taking Vengevine doubles as graveyard hate. Yeah, I'm going to take Vengevine and Ox. That was cool. All right, we're in business. LFG. Leyline of the Void. There's Mountain. They can cast their 2 Root Wallas. I think I would have just cast the Blazing Root Walla and tried to trade with Vengevine, though they can trade with Ox now. I'm going to Entomb because it doesn't do anything. I'm just going to get a card I don't want out of my deck. Probably Grizzlebrand. Just have no way to do anything with that card. Piranha Marsh. If I attack with Ox, they double block with their Root Wallas. That puts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in their graveyard. Fetch land makes 6. Ox escapes for 8. Yeah, I'm going to put my trade out there. Next turn, they can pump their Root Wallas, and combat gets a lot harder. Yeah, there's the double block. Taking their Ox back. Take 1. Piranha Marsh. So good. They can flashback Faithless Looting this turn, which does net 1 card in the graveyard. Like, you lose the looting, but you put 2 cards in. There's the looting. Discarding 2 bonus ley lines. They're now 1 card away from escaping Ox. Not going to unmask them. It doesn't matter at this point. I can save that for a turn where I'm going for Witch, if the game goes that far. Putrid Imp. Okay, they can discard a card and enable Ox. Maybe I should have taken Angie's Ravager after all. It's a 3/3 compared to 4/2. I think I thought Ox was a 5/3. Not a... Oh, it is a 5/3 when it escapes. That's what I missed. Yeah, I thought that card was a 5/3 because it usually is. All right, Ox is here. Discarded Angie's Ravager that they can't cast. This would be a great time to draw an Animate Dead. I would like that Ravager. Unscorched Desert. All right, I'm going to attack. Giving them their Vengevine back might be a little dangerous, but if they don't block here, they die. Jumping with Putrid Imp is probably one of the best outcomes. They have a surprise Blazing Root Walla. Okay. All right, do I slow roll the Sunscorched Desert? Like, if they don't know they're at 1, does that change my life at all? All right, I'm going to pass the turn. See if they just try to lean in on combat. It sucks that I've already played a Piranha Marsh because they get to be aware that I have lands that do this in the deck. Another Ravager, come on. That's 3 in the top 23 cards of the deck. Shit. Well, if they attack with both their creatures that can attack... Oh, they left back Root Walla. Damn it. I hate when my opponents play correctly. It's like they're cheating. A Grief. Not super exciting. They'll probably chump with Root Walla here. Unless they think trading with Ravager's better. Which I would not agree with. All right, now that I have Grief in my hand, I should ping them with Desert. The bluff is up, but now I have an actual 4-drop I could cast. It can put me to 3 from this attack. Ravager has to attack. Putrid Imp. If they get Threshold, it can't block anymore. Oh, there's a Vengevine. Oh, there are 3 cards in hand where Putrid Imp, Vengevine, Basking Root Walla. Okay, I'm just dead. All right, yeah. Their deck ground better than mine. Again, we're just like basically cold as ice to a permanent based piece of graveyard hate, which I understand that the deck building theory is, let's look at this deck while we talk about it. The deck building theory is we're so fast that it doesn't matter. And in game 2, we juke into this non-graveyard thing. But I just don't think that this deck is as fast as it wants to be. And I also don't think that the juke is as coherent as it needs to be. Maybe I'm just missing the boat on this plunge into darkness. Maybe in this next round, when I juke, I'll try going off Reanimator completely and trying to plunge and see what that looks like. I don't want to, write off the deck building just without trying everything. I just think that 16 lands for starters is really low. Like, we were mulliganing so many hands just because they don't have a black source. There's no Faithless Looting in this deck like the black-red versions to smooth out clunky hands. This is really just like mulligan to something and hope it works. Okay, next round. I'm on the play in the final round, which is where I want to be. I have 3 monsters, lots of mana, a discard outlet, and nowhere to go with it. I'm going to mulligan this. Jim Davis hand of the week. I have to mulligan this too. Like, I don't think there's any universe where just like bottoming Una and then going land, 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 activate Gaia Reach Sanitarium, maybe do something on turn 4. We're not winning that game. Jesus. Oh, we're on 4. Can't go to 3. That's not a thing. Reanimate and Dance of the Dead to the bottom, and I guess it's Lotus Petal also. Okay, here we are. Piranha Marshu. If they don't have Wasteland or creature removal, and I draw Entomb, we can win this game next turn. Or Force of Will or Endurance. If they have literally nothing. If they go like basic planes, tap Mother of Runes, and we draw Entomb, even then they'd have to not have Solitude. My god. Oh, it's a black deck? A swamp deck? Is it the mirror? Do we have a chance? Oh god, they're gonna Thoughtseize my Dance. Which not only collapses the only plan that I had, but reveals my entire strategy to them. Well, they took Dark Ritual instead. Fascinating. Alright, I'm gonna play Sanitarium. Now we got a chance. Something's happening here. Now I can hit my land drop, activate Sanitarium, draw and discard Worldgorger, and they can't have anything, and then I win. Urborg, that turns my Sanitarium into a land. Yeah, I knew we were getting Smallpox there. There was no other world. I'm going to discard Dance and sack Piranha Marsh. I think Gaia Reach Sanitarium is the only thing that resembles a plan here. And I need my mana to function. All right, there's Grizdaddy. We were actually a Smallpox away from having Grizzlebrand 2 turns from now. Boundary. Okay, so they're a Saga Pox. Land? Alright, I'll Thoughtseize you. I've seen worse cards than that. Nether Void, him to Turok, Smallpox. I'm taking the Pox, and then Nether Void, that one's not beatable. I kind of welcome a him to Turok. Hemming me's probably a mistake. Yeah, put that Grizzlebrand right in the graveyard. Now any reanimation spell is live. Okay, now just Reanimate is live. I guess they have the choice of maybe... Oh, they're betting on Nether Void. Come on, Animate Dead. Animate Dead. Animate Dead. Punish this greed. Oh, they're thinking about it still. Okay, they decided at the last second to go for it. Yeah, you better. Entomb. Alright. I'm glad that takes them away from Nether Void, but that was the right play, for sure. Gonna Entomb now. Gorger doesn't matter. Una doesn't matter. I'm all in on this Grizzlebrand. I guess I should be binning cards that I don't want to draw. And Archon is worse than Grizzlebrand. I'll tuck a Gorger in the graveyard, just in case. Come on, Reanimate. Thoughtseize, okay. Still not mad about that. Liana of the Veil. Yeah, that's the one I'm taking. Now they're clocking, though. They can start making servos. It'll be a 4/4 in 2 turns, or they can just creep, dumping out 1/1s. Dark Ritual and Nether Void just kills me on the spot. Come on, Reanimate. Dark Ritual. Okay, that's a good one. That turns on Animate Dead and Dance of the Dead as draws that are live. Okay, they are going for the 4/4. That does produce damage faster. Like having 3/3/3s next turn versus having 1 4/4. 4/4 is more than that. Because that's how math works. Oh fuck, they drew the Dark Ritual. Yeah, now I'm dead. Yep. If you haven't seen Nethervoid before, it just mana leaks everything. Whenever a player casts a spell, counter it unless they pay 3, and I don't have 3 mana. Where are we gonna get there? No, okay, good. No feel bads. The Sedgemoor Plunge. This deck is probably gonna have ley lines in it. Okay. Yeah, Gorger's out. Sedgemoor Witch. I'm gonna try the plunge. Let's go all the way in. Let's see if there was something I was missing here. Do we need to be all the way in on that? On the play, I like all of the discard, because it all matters. Entomb, probably still fine. Grizzlebrand. Right, I'm gonna go much thinner on monsters to reanimate. I still have all my Entombs, and if they have Graveyard Hate, which I expect that they do, it all gets much worse. Remember when we mulled to 4 against Pox? Holy shit, that was bad. I just remembered how hard we mulliganed that game. And maybe I get thinner on Animate Dead too. Like, I gotta make room for these plunges somewhere. Okay, this is what I'm doing, I guess. Well, if they have Leyline, we lose. If they have anything else, we win. I'm gonna keep. Damn it! God. You can't let me have anything, can you? You asshole. Yeah, I mean, this hand isn't really going anywhere after that. I was really just betting on unmask you, unmask me, reanimate my creature. But nope. Castle Lock Thwain is in play. Alright, there's Entomb that I can't do anything with. I don't think hitting their Dark Ritual matters. I need to find my own Dark Ritual. Maybe I should have Lotus Petal in play. If they just Thoughtseize me, take Lotus Petal, the game is over. Okay, Dark Ritual, let's go. I am going to play the Petal. Get that out of the way. The disappointing conclusion to our league. Jeez. All these bricks. I could build a house. Guess I can unmask again. Let's get a peek. They have some fresh cards in their hand. We know there's Dark Ritual or Borg over there, and then 2 mysteries. I'll take Smallpox. This isn't even a deck with creatures, so like the Thoughtseize you plus reanimate your thing plan is not even on the table like it was against the other deck. Now we're going to die very quickly. Double up on Nile Spell Mob just in case my mono black deck can remove your Leyline. There's Plunge into Darkness. Is it winning the game for me? Is this what we were looking for? Right, so they animate Mishra's Factory. That's a 2/2. That's an artifact. I'm taking 10 this turn. Yeah, I actually can't win. There is no sequence of draws that can win this game. So we're done. Yeah, that one, I mean, like, I could have mulliganed the turn 1 Sire or Archon of Cruelty with protection, just out of respect for Leyline specifically, but it beats everything else. Like, it beats discard spells, Tormod's Crypt, Nile Spellbomb, Raptor Cage, like whatever the fuck. It had to be exactly Leyline. And even then, it's turn 5 and we have not found a mana source since we kept that opener. Like, Sedgemoor Witch could outgrind Pox in a world where I actually have mana to cast spells with. Okay. This is the second time I've played a really dedicated, like, Ping Gorger version. Like, the Worldgorger decks, the versions I really like that I think are actually really good are Worldgorger just sort of tucked into a control deck. It's usually bug. Like, you're just a bug control deck with Leovolds and good cards like Force of Will, Brainstorm and stuff. You just also have Worldgorger, a couple Animate Deads, and some way to go infinite tucked into your control deck. And then you can board it out and just be a control deck completely. And that deck has multiple dimensions to it and a lot of play to it because you're also a Brainstorm deck, you're also a Force deck, etc. This version really only does one thing, and I don't think I'm being unfair to say it's not even very good at doing that one thing. The mana base, despite being mono black, is really bad because you have to play these lands that interact with Worldgorger. And that you do have to use lands in this build because you're not planning to play a long enough game to have any permanents. Like you can't go off with like some permanent that pings your opponent for 1 or like draws you a card or whatever. That's not something that's going to happen in this deck because you're only going to ever have the 1 permanent to operate with. So it has to be the lands, which comes at a huge cost because we mulliganed all the time in this deck. And because you're mono black, if you're on the draw, you have no recourse for any sort of hate card. You have a lot of discard when you're on the play, but that's good against Force of Will. It's bad against Grafdigger's Cage. It's bad against Chalice of the Void, bad against Leyline of the Void. You're basically just packing it up. They just put the Reanimator plan in the trash for that. And the juke out of the sideboard, we got to do it once. Like, we got to Worldgorger exactly once. We got to Sedgemoor Witch exactly once. And we got to Ranch with Grizzlebrand and Archon once each. So throughout the 1-4 result, we did get to execute a number of plans. Like, there were a lot of 1-2 losses, so we did take a game here and there. There is a cheese factor. I just don't think that it lines up well in the legacy metagame. My real problem with Gorger, like, I like Reanimator. Like, I think Reanimator is very good. I have a lot of healthy respect for that deck. But going Worldgorger when reanimating Grizzlebrand or Archon will usually win the game anyway, you're just making the deck weird because you want to do something different. And I think that's okay. Like, it's important to be able to express yourself in deck building and creativity and stuff. That's part of the appeal of Magic. But if you actually want to show up and win tournaments, putting Worldgorger Dragon in your deck, it fucks up your mana base, and it turns what is normally already kind of a glass cannon in Reanimator, which, you know, you fold to Graveyard Hate and counter spells. Now you also fold to removal spells. This particular build also folds to Wasteland. Like, if they just put Wasteland in play, you can't Gorger because they could just waste whichever one of your tech lands you have, and then you're just gorging, and you're not actually doing anything. I don't like it. If I missed something significant, like I did switch the Cabal Therapies from the main deck into the sideboard and brought the Thoughtseize as main. If I missed something really fundamentally shifting about the deck, I apologize. I just really, truly don't see it. I don't see how Cabal Therapy is a better card than Thoughtseize in this main deck when your combo is open to literally everything, including Swords to Plowshares. The Plunge into Darkness, maybe I didn't, like I said, maybe I didn't give this enough credit, but I also don't really see where that card is good. Like, are you literally just playing 2-card Monty after board, where you board out all of the reanimating spells, you just have the discard, and then you're like, okay, I have a chain, pay 19 life to find a witch? Like, is that actually the plan in game 2 that I didn't give enough credit? I'm willing to believe that. But if that is the plan, I don't think it's a good one in the Legacy format. I'm going to wrap this up. This is a deck. My final thought, I will coalesce my thought into something short here. The TLDR, if you want to play a fast black Reanimator deck, and you want to do something different because that is valuable to you, this deck is fine. If you want to win matches, if you actually want to show up and win your local FNM, I could not recommend this deck ever. But if you're the type of person who is okay going 1-5 if you get to do your silly thing once, then this is the perfect sort of brew for you. But that's not me. I don't mind it for the channel, but I would never show up to a tournament I actually want to win playing a deck like this. I would either cut Worldgorger from the Reanimator deck, or I would add Worldgorger to a control deck. But adding Worldgorger to a fast Reanimator deck just makes you more exposed, makes your combo more awkward, and I can't recommend it. This is the second time I've played a deck like this, and both times we're not very satisfying. That's what I have to say about that. Be your guard. I hope that you are a good sport and not offended by how I don't actually think this deck is very good. I think you will be a good sport. I don't mean to be a jerk about it. I hope I didn't come off as one. That's just my professional opinion about this sort of deck. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.